Cheddar is number one. Number one is Cheddar.
Alright, so yankasa yenuaba, yankasa ye sister Valentina na jewa Ghana fu nyina ye dadwene ba kono no etoda na waye good etoda nso a na chese wa mafia ye na sisia de waye na adwense Cheddar eno be mafia no enya asempeto a esan se Afia Schwarzenegger atu nani esi Cheddar so na nra se suban no osanda na di wa bra na Cheddar ene bolari interview and so hwemu na chese ever since say Cheddar ede ne ambition to become Ghana's president ebetu piano Afia Schwarzenegger has been fighting him anya asebketwa emre bi de kra de Cheddar ene Captain Smart interview Emma Cheddar can say he knows very well say there are some celebrities mpanyimfo bi amo musika say omon say anything and so na Cheddar kasafa Afia Schwarzenegger.
You know, we want to change our continent, we want to empower our youth, but all the time, you know, you can see say there are people who are doing something conniving in the government sector. Either say they make you look like a criminal, they write bad news about you, they say this, they say that. You know, I've seen people even now, it's clear that there are stars and other people who are paid by some political leaders just to destroy other people for them. You know, that's their job. I'll take money and I'll go and destroy this person for it. Sure. We can't build our nation like this.
Na enede ni ayebeka ho asemi Cheddar recent interview one Bolare some few hours ago. And so Bolare hosted Cheddar and they were having a conversation. I actually did on STARR FM say STARR Chats. Na conversation numero and na Bolare be phone lines say audience no enfre na omumisa questions. Na ho and sister Valentina Afia Schwarzenegger fan phone say wotimi frɛ Cheddar and through difficult question be eto Cheddar so. Esan say abra na Bolare ne Cheddar edi nkomon. Cheddar say oku school e wa Accra Academy ene apam. Enunti Bolare ebisa Cheddar say so say oku school e wo Accra Academy dia ene mame Accra Academy moto na just say difficult and o say untimi mame moto na o de mame the school anthem and also na ye difficult and Abola say also sign kwa Apam secondary school Apam de no so fama me say I was so kai bibi na so Cheddar say one de wan go school say or kwa kosua moto.
And Nana KWAME is the real deal. Okay, and this is the man of our generation. So lots of messages. Let's talk about growing up and education. So for you, primary school was where and secondary school was where?
Oh, I mean, primary school was in Ghana. I went to Modern International.
Modern?
Yeah, in Kumasi.
Oh,
you know,
Kumasi boy.
yes, and then I came to Accra when I was 11. Then started secondary schools. I started from one in Tema, and then I came to Accra for a bit. Then I left to Apam.
Okay, so you were in Accra Academy?
Yeah, yeah.
Which year were you in Accra Academy?
I was with the Timmy and the Montero boys. So
which year was that?
We're 94, last group.
So how many years were you in Accra Academy for?
Oh, it wasn't even a year because.
Oh, it wasn't, okay.
Because I wanted to be in a boarding house, and at that time Freeman is only admitting day students. So my interest was the experience in being in boarding schools, and I thought that at that time I probably already felt like I'm a big man. I'm grown.
At age 11?
Yeah, I'm taking care of myself,
Wow.
No, I was 13 then,
13, okay.
I was at Form 3. So
you left after 1 year?
Yeah, less than a year. It was less than maybe a little bit over a semester.
Like 3 months or a term?
No, more than a term.
More than a term?
Yeah, more than a term.
In Accra Academy for 6 months. Yeah. So what's the motto of Accra Academy?
Below.
No, I mean the school motto. Like they have... what is the motto of Accra?
Oh, no,
do you know the anthem?
I probably wouldn't have chewed all of it.
Did you go to school for assembly and all?
I used to, of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's the motto of Accra Academy?
As in, when you say the motto, are you telling me to sing some song for you on
You'll
this
come
radio?
to the anthem. But then what is the motto of Accra Academy? You were in Accra Academy at least for almost a year.
Yeah.
What is the school motto?
If you ask me what's the motto for APAM, I don't remember. If you ask me what's the motto for all the schools I've been, because I think some people went there to make sure they study the motto, and some people went there to make sure that they sing anthems, but some people went there...
Can you sing the anthem for
coming.
us? Yes.
Some people went there to build relationships and to make sure that when they left footprints in the mindsets of people. Today, the people of Accra Academy, APAM Secondary, Achimota Pre-Seconds, whatever school, at least, they know that there is an KWAME BEDIAKO, there is a Freedom Jacob CHEEDAR.
So you don't know the anthem.
It's not like I'm being ignorant or anything because.
Do you know the anthem of APAM?
I don't. That's why I'm saying that it's not you. For you, I think it's very important. Okay. Some things I was not interested in.
Okay.
I was more interested to find out that how the cocoa comes out of the soil. I was more worried about not wasting whatever money that is being invested in my fees. I wanted to make something.
So knowing the school motto and the anthem, you thought it was a waste of investment?
Well, I don't think that it was a waste of investment, but I said some people take these things serious. It's just like today, you can find people on the street, they can sing a whole album for you, and it's Lumba. But, Lumba doesn't know them, and they don't even have plates on food on their plates the next day. So that's what they've chose.
It's priorities.
Yeah, priorities. And some priorities could be displayed.
Okay.
So I'm sorry, but all the Bello boys, it's more important that you remember your friends. And I'm here. You can remember me very well. This guy.
Cheddar cheese. Another anthem.
And you know what? One good thing.
Tell us.
Bola.
Yes.
I feel like sometimes, I'm visible, but I'm invincible.
Really?
Yeah, because people really see me, but people don't know me.
And so that was one side of it. And na Cheddar sign chirimu say, no, okwa bruchi se na oko university no. Or sign drop out of school. Isan say, say school cry no. E waste nipa time. Ewa abarabomu papa.
Let's talk about life in London. I read somewhere during my research, and I know for a fact that at the point you were out there in the UK, did you go to the university? Okay. Which university was this?
Westminster.
Oh, Westminster, great one. And then did you graduate or not?
No,
or
drop out again. Drop out. I mean, look.
You've been dropping out.
I mean, look, not changing schools, dropping out. I thought it was one of my biggest motives growing up was education. But now that I've gone through the process of maturity and I'm matured, I realized that I even made more mistakes on the way for not learning things around my surrounding and the mistakes of great people. Because I don't remember what is economics. And I'm sure if I ask you that, because maybe if you're one of the true emperors, you probably won't remember too.
Well, I know, of course, Adam Smith, and we can talk about economics of scale, we can talk about, but yes, I mean, national income and all of that. But for you, that was irrelevant.
No,
right?
it's not that it was irrelevant. I think that it's important sometimes to learn more about what is around your surrounding. I think also that you should respect the relationships that you're having in this your educational journey, because sometimes you would be more appreciated if the business or the relationship that you have created within the network that you had in school becomes valuable or resourceful.
So for you, was more of the network. We're activating the phone lines now. 055-288-0216.
And inti ensemi ya Cheddar de tu dwai. Ena Emma Afia Schwarzenegger efre ewo radio no so STARR FM. Afia Schwarzenegger efa phone no frɛ no ena say Cheddar say ono on value education na obi a wo pesa we president a wo value education no. How are you going to rule us? Na say o beto to papa so enu nti Afia Schwarzenegger etoto questions bi e ma Cheddar na me pese yekɔ na yekokoti
to want to find some people from the private sector to continue this development.
Okay.
But
hello, good evening.
Good evening. I have a question for the gentleman there.
And what's your name?
My name is Valentina.
Valentina. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. My first question is, with all his vision and our state of economy now, how is he going to finance it? Because we are in a country that cannot afford beds for sick children. We cannot even afford 3 square meals. So how are we going to finance the dredging of the sea? 2, a president that does not value education. How is he going to advise the youth? Because this country right now, we have people that think MPs and ministers are supposed to be building toilets instead of developing the country. So with a president who does not value education.
Has he said that he doesn't value education? He's not said that here on the program, madam.
He clearly made it point out that he's a dropout. and his focus is not education. So how is
this voice sounds familiar. Is that Afia Schwarzenegger? This voice sounds familiar. You said Valentina, and I want to connect.
Afia Schwarzenegger is called Valentina.
So you are the one. Okay, so Valentina.
Why are you answering the question for the man?
I'm not answering. I'm asking it. Are you the same person?
Okay,
I want to know.
Answer.
Okay. Are you the same person?
The president that does not value education, how will he encourage the youth to go to school? Because our problem in Ghana now is illiteracy. The major problem we're facing in the country is illiteracy. That is our major problem.
Okay, he's here to answer your question. He's here to answer your question. Nana Kwame BEDIAKO will answer you. So we've established that that's Afia Schwarzenegger, Valentina. Is that right? Hello? Okay, so go ahead.
So first of all, there's no such thing as I don't value education. I want people to understand that education is just not based on academic curriculum. Okay, education is how you can learn about things to advance your brains, to have more knowledge, and to understand a few answers. They call it wisdom. Okay, and then you have to apply it to your resources. Because if you want to have education, you can educate yourself for the next 70 years. It has no end. Okay, but you have to remember that there is the books part, and then there is the practical part. So you do the books part first, and then after you go into the practicality. But some people are thinking that education is just about chewing and pouring. So I am actually just advising Ghanaians that what's the point of learning about Christopher Columbus when you had the cocoa to learn about, when you had the gold to learn about? Why are you going to America to buy the gold and put it in your neck when it's right on your neck, on your land? Because you didn't study about mining when you were studying geography. So I don't have anything like that, like I'm against education. In fact, I support education, and the youth will tell you from the university, since we're doing the university challenge, even putting in $1 million, to support people who will come up with great
$1 million Ghana cedis.
Yes,
okay.
Yeah, for people who come up with great ideas, to be able to use that capital to fund that idea. So it's more like a Shark Tank that we're building, and we did this because we thought that maybe this can give a facelift to the government's existing idea, because everybody is educating themselves in Ghana so they can get a job. But I want them to understand that you can become a businessman before you even acquire your degree. I want them to understand that you can acquire leadership skills before you acquire your degree.
Well, so that was the whole conversation. I don't know what is motivating Afia Schwarzenegger, but then you say, Afia Schwa, I and Adrian say, Pa se Cheddar, EBD president, wa bra ono wa Ghana habidi. And I say, the basosa. And indeed, all the time, Cheddar kasa, baby, all your mistakes, and Afia Schwa, a take na all the questions up him. That means say, bra pa so aswan she. Questions now, Afia Schwa be say, very good. And there is no doubt about it. But then the rate at which they be or can at Cheddar, nipa bebree adwen I almost say there is something behind the scenes. Omo no any bit me actually. I don't know why omoni in shiasa. Esan say adenti and abrantia say opeso di president na wa fa to ho so say akwa we di me mani ni president da. And inti was so mutimi ba na omo be kire mu ebiana. Secretly, there is something that both of them are hiding from us.
Cheddar is number one. Number one is Cheddar. So we be see 9 years and 9. No be president today. I said that me macho. For the more Cheddar was a Cheddar. What has a presidency, I am running a nightclub on. A Pobiana Bejigana. I say Cheddar. No, bro, for bang or the choir president. Ne bro for 7 by 18 and I was starting school.